We just arrived in Kiluan Bay, where we're gonna see some dolphins tomorrow morning. It was day 53 of our journey when we drove from Pulau Mahitam to Telok Kiluan, or Kiluan Bay. The roads were, well, they were okay, and so the drive was nice and very pleasant. We came through small villages, past some youth hanging out on a bridge and washing their motorbikes in the river, and we enjoyed panoramic views over lush green rice paddies. As always, the drive took way longer than we had expected. So we arrived at our destination quite late in the evening, but just in time to watch the sunset over the bay. Found us a guest house or a homestay. Those lovely people. And yeah, for the room maybe.
Oh yeah.
The room was very small, but the house was built directly on the water and had its own pier from which we could overlook the whole bay. We paid 150,000 for the night, and for another 45,000 they served us an opulent dinner with rice, veggies, fish, egg and tempeh. For the next morning we had booked a boat trip to go look for the dolphins that made Kiluan such a worthwhile destination, and to visit a little island that sits right at the end of the bay. It took quite a while to get out into the open sea where thousands of dolphins were supposed to be found every day. After about an hour of searching and not seeing any of them, I got a little impatient. But I shouldn't have to wait much longer. Just 10 minutes later we spotted the first dolphin, and he led us to some more and then some more again, until we had a group of 20 or more dolphins swimming and playing around the boat. Unfortunately we were not allowed to jump in and join them, because there are a lot of sharks which are using these waters as their hunting grounds as well. But it was still really amazing and an unforgettable experience. Fun fact, did you know that dolphins only sleep with one side of their brain at a time, while the other half is wide awake and fully functional? Pretty cool, right? Super happy we headed back towards Kiluan Bay and made a stop at Kelapa Island. Kelapa is Indonesian for coconut, so its name is actually simply Coconut Island. For only 50,000 rupiah per tent, it's possible to camp on the island as well. We didn't know that beforehand. Otherwise, we probably would have opted for that option as well. The island has beautiful beaches and is surrounded by crystal clear water. Of course, we had to dive in and enjoy this for a bit. Then some locals asked us if we wanted to join them for lunch. They didn't have to ask me twice. Free food? I'm in. After lunch, our time on the island came to an end. We had to go back because we already had plans for the afternoon to go on a hike and visit a natural swimming pool called Laguna Gayao. But before that, I still had a little time to send my drone up and explore the bay from a bird's eye view.
Now we're on our way to meet our tour guide to bring us to Laguna.
Oh yeah, to get there you have to pay a local to act as your guide and bring you there safely. The guide absolutely wouldn't have been necessary. The way to get there is pretty much straightforward and not dangerous at all. They claim that the Laguna can become quite dangerous around the hours of high tide and that many people have lost their lives there in the past.
Osin! So we need to walk around 600-700 meters up and down.
Over the hill.
Over the hill. To the lagoon.
It's going up steep. Osin is happy.
That's very steep. What's going on?
Wow. The total hike took maybe around 30 minutes in one direction until we reached the lagoon. There was this hole in the rock where the water from the sea would get pushed in by the waves through an underground channel and then get sucked out into the ocean again. As I got closer to it, I noticed some weird little animals. Until today I can't tell what they were. Some kind of amphibians, or fish, maybe even tadpoles in the late stages to become a frog. Do saltwater frogs exist? They did look more like fish though, but were climbing and jumping up and down the rock surface, probably feeding on something that the water brought with it, while at the same time being very careful not to end up in the water. If anyone knows what those weird creatures are, please let me know in the comments. In my opinion, the lagoon is not dangerous at all, and anyone with a little bit of common sense would be fine there on their own. What do you think about the place, Osin?
It's amazing. It's really amazing. Because I was just like, nah, it's a pool, like we have that in Bali, but this is different. It's really good. Like so relaxed. It's really nice. It's really worth it. All those stairs.
And the 50k for the guide as well. At the very least, you have an additional person to hold the camera and take pictures while you're trying to do silly couple poses in the pool.
We said, yeah.
And that was the end of our little adventure in Kiluan Bay. From there we continued our journey. We had once again decided to go off the beaten path and to take the more scenic road along the ocean, instead of driving back to Bandar Lampung and taking the highway up north. We were told over and over again that the roads would be fine and we didn't have to worry. Spoiler alert, the roads were not good. At all. And we ended up in the middle of nowhere, not knowing where to get our next meal and where to sleep the following night.